It's almost time for WrestleMania 40, and what a ride it's been. People, I'm looking at a match card right here, and there's not a single match that I completely don't care about. It's crazy that we almost got this Vince McMahon type of shit, and somehow it turned into one of the best storylines with some of the best moments we've ever seen in the WWE. Oh, the great one, that's a bit of a stretch. What about the Attitude Era? Come on, man, I'm making videos. The numbers don't lie. People care about that shit. I absolutely love the fact that the Night 1's main event is going to affect the main event of Night 2, and it's like we already care about this shit, right? We're going to see The Rock in action. We want Cody to win the championship. We don't know if he will. And on top of that, it's like, okay, maybe Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to show up. Maybe John Cena is going to show up. I feel like a kid again watching wrestling. Like, I'm just excited, not because of, are they going to make the right booking decision? I just appreciate the story, and you guys know my opinion on wrestling. Wrestling is at its best when you watch a match and you almost forget that this is scripted. You just want someone to win that bad. You're at the edge of your seat and you're reacting to every single near fall. This is where wrestling is at its best, and this is exactly what this match is all about. You can complain that Roman was not involved enough. I get that. You know what, people? I don't care. It's really unfortunate that CM Punk is not going to wrestle, but Drew McIntyre completely reinvented himself and did such a great job that I care about this match almost as much because I wanna see Drew McIntyre winning that championship, and something tells me it's not happening, and I'll explain why. There's a big reason, a big hint of Drew McIntyre not winning the championship. Okay, I'm gonna go craft for a second. So people, let's talk about WrestleMania 40 and let's make our predictions. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament, 6-man tag team Philadelphia street fight. Who's watching me? Someone in the WWE is watching ya boy. Obviously, I'm joking, but this is exactly what I said in one of my videos. I said Bobby versus Karrion Kross is not a WrestleMania match to me. I don't care, but maybe they could do a faction versus faction, maybe a street fight, and that's exactly what WWE did. And I'm not saying it's a revolutionary idea. WWE probably had it planned for a while now. Honestly, people, I think this is an easy one when it comes to who should win this match. It's the Final Testament. It really is, because Bobby's already established. People love the Street Profits. The Final Testament, not so much. Really not so much. Even me, like, I'm trying to appreciate Karrion's work. I like him as a person. He's such a nice dude. Honestly, people, not feeling it. Don't know what it is about it. Just not feeling it. But I feel like they need that W. And maybe WWE feel the same way. I'm going to go with the Final Testament. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Okay. I am excited about this match, yet I gotta tell you, this is one of the least exciting matches on the card, if I'm being honest, because we barely got any build. Obviously, there's story of Rey Mysterio versus Dominic, so maybe that's all you need. Santos Escobar, Rey Mysterio. It kinda makes more sense for Rey Mysterio to face Santos Escobar, but we already kinda seen that. So, I don't know, I think this match is going to be fun. And I believe it's time for Dominic Mysterio to pick that W, and maybe he's going to pin Rey Mysterio. We're going to get a lot of boos. That's gonna be my prediction. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Very interesting rivalry, you know. They definitely tried. You know, it's really personal. It sometimes feels a bit forced, but I appreciate that WWE did something different, you know, like LA Knight invading AJ's house. So I kinda appreciate that, and you know, people are complaining LA Knight should be in a championship match. Maybe I agree, but I feel like he's going to win that championship at SummerSlam against Logan Paul. So I'm gonna go with LA Knight right here, and I think it's a big match. I mean, people forget that AJ Styles is one of the longest reigning WWE champions. I think the longest reigning champion on SmackDown, well, not anymore, I believe, but still. LA Knight was not even at WrestleMania last year, so I think it's a pretty big deal. And I'm saying LA Knight is going to win because it wouldn't make any. That would be such a dumb decision, man. That would be such a dumb decision. Why? AJ has nothing to gain from this. The Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship 6-pack ladder match. So here's something interesting about the match. You have to grab both championships, as in the Raw titles and the SmackDown titles. Now, I've heard this, and this is one of the dumbest yet the best ideas I've ever heard. So maybe we're going to get two teams grabbing the championships. Obviously, R-Truth. R-Truth, I don't want to call him an idiot. I like him too much. But R-Truth is a silly man. He's a bit silly, you know? A little bit. Just a tiny bit. So R-Truth is going to grab one championship, and I believe it's going to be a babyface tag team who are going to do the same. So it's going to be someone from SmackDown, and I believe it's going to be New Catch Republic. I wish it was Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I just feel like it's going to be Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, so that's my prediction. R-Truth and The Miz and these two. But if it's not gonna happen and I have to make another prediction, it's The Awesome Truth, obviously. And I'm gonna be happy with that. I feel like R-Truth definitely deserves that one more moment, right? Like, the man is old. He doesn't look old, but, you know, he's getting there. So I just feel like he deserves that moment, and it's going to be pretty touching. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. So here's the thing about this rivalry. I feel like WWE kinda did it a bit too early because it definitely lost a lot of momentum. Like, Jimmy betrayed Jey, and that was it. We move on. We move. He's on Raw, Jimmy is on SmackDown, and all of a sudden, okay, let's remember this rivalry. And I gotta be honest, like, I am excited about the match, right? Like, oh, holy shit. It's an absolute dream match. But at the same time, it's like, it should feel even more personal. We didn't get any, like, I don't know, sad promos, emotional promos. Like, these two are twins, right? So it kind of feels like it should feel heartbreaking watching these two in the ring, but it's kind of not. It's a bit too basic in my opinion. Now, obviously, Jey is really over, but I feel like Jimmy Uso is winning that match, and that's gonna be my prediction. And that's simply because I believe he needs it more. Now, I maybe wish Jey would win because I like him a lot more. I just feel like it's gonna be one of these moments where Jimmy takes the W because he definitely needs it more. The Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther versus Sami Zayn. So I thought that maybe Chad Gable is going to turn on Sami, and then, you know, he's with Gunther and shit. That would be really fun. But I believe there is a video of Gunther actually attacking Chad Gable, so that doesn't make any goddamn sense. I thought maybe he was faking it, you know. But people are sleeping on this one. People are definitely sleeping on this one. I think it has so much potential. Maybe you want to see Chad Gable in that spot, and I get that. I understand. Maybe me too. But another thing that people are saying, Sami deserves more. Like, we're talking about the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion right here. And you know what? I don't think Sami should win. I honestly don't think so. I think Gunther should retain, and that's gonna be my prediction. When he loses that championship, it needs to feel even bigger, because obviously people are supporting Sami, but I believe even Chad Gable was more over in this rivalry than Sami, so I feel like it should feel a little bit bigger. Triple Threat United States Championship match, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. So the build was alright, you know, it was fine. I kinda wished it was a 1-1 match. I kinda wish it was Logan Paul versus Randy Orton. That's just my opinion. But whatever the case may be, I think this one is pretty obvious. I feel like they're going to beat the shit out of Logan Paul, and then we're going to get Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton in the ring, right? Randy is going to take out Kevin Owens, Logan Paul is going to pin Kevin, and he's going to retain the championship. Something along those lines, but my prediction is definitely Logan Paul. I think he's dropping that championship against LA Knight at SummerSlam, I guess. Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. One of the most predictable matches. Here's the thing. On paper, love it. Like, I can't wait for the match. I think it's going to be great. Absolutely love the idea. The build wasn't the best. I feel like it was kinda lazy. You disrespected my daughter? That's just so fucking lazy, and that was kind of cringy in a way. Like what they did on Ariel's podcast, I felt like that was kind of cringy, honestly. Sorry. And I feel like Rhea Ripley is definitely retaining the championship. Like I've said, it's kind of a passing of a torch moment. Becky was the face of the women's division. Now it's Rhea Ripley. And it's not even close. Nobody comes close. So Rhea Ripley is my prediction, and that should be the result. WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky versus Bayley. I feel like that one is really predictable too. Bayley has all the sympathy from the fans, and it's going to be a beautiful moment. Royal Rumble winner, and she's going to win the championship. That's my prediction. My only issue with this rivalry is that I wish they focused on Io Sky a little bit more. 6-women tag team match, so it's not yet on WWE.com, most likely going to be confirmed on SmackDown. I think this is obvious too. It's really obvious. The build was fine. I'm glad Naomi, is going to be at WrestleMania. And the biggest selling point of this match is Jade Cargill's debut. In-ring debut. Well, she was at the Royal Rumble, but you get the idea. I feel like they're winning the match and it's not even close. The World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. People, I really want to see Drew McIntyre winning that match. I really do. And I hope he will. But here's the thing, we're getting Clash at the Castle, and maybe that's where Drew McIntyre is going to win that championship. You know what, people, I feel like that's a bad idea. I want to see Drew winning right now. Can I be honest for a second? I'm tired of Seth Rollins being the World Heavyweight Champion. I am. I think we squeezed everything out of it. Nothing new to tell. I just want a change. I really want a change. You know what? I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre. He's doing such great work. Like, how could you not put that championship on Drew McIntyre? Especially since Seth Rollins is going to be hurt, after the previous night. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody and Seth freaking Rollins. If Cody and Rollins win, Bloodline are banned. If The Rock and Reigns win, Bloodline rules. So basically anything can happen, I guess. You know what? It's really tricky, because I feel like The Rock and Roman Reigns could win, and that's when we get the Stone Cold Steve Austin and John Cena, helping them, because we're going to get Jimmy, Solo. You get the idea. Yet at the same time, wouldn't it actually make even more sense, and I'm gonna go with this, even though it's probably stupid. Let's say Cody and Seth Rollins win the match somehow, which plants seeds for The Rock versus Roman Reigns because they couldn't get the job done. And at the same time, during the WWE Undisputed Championship, we still get the Bloodline interfering, and John Cena, Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, is going to say, you cannot do that. Now it makes even more sense for these people to interfere because the Bloodline are breaking rules. This one is really hard to predict, honestly. I could see it going either way, especially like the Night 1 match, because I feel like whatever the result is, it's gonna be pretty similar anyway. Like, think about it. Yes, the Bloodline are banned, but what makes you think they're still not gonna interfere? Who's gonna stop them? The security that WWE are hiring? It can go either way. Let's say I'm going with Cody and Seth. Cody losing at Night 1, it does seem kinda odd to me. Unless we're going to get some kind of a swerve. I don't know. I could see it going either way, honestly. But Night 2, now, look, people, I don't know what to tell you. If Roman Reigns retains the championship, I'm going to be disappointed, but I'll probably understand. There's probably a bigger picture. Yet at the same time, I feel like it's time to finish the goddamn story. WrestleMania 40. People are saying maybe Madison Square Garden because of Dusty. Come on. It's WrestleMania. Can't get any bigger than that. Look, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. And people, like a month ago, I asked you a question. If Cody wins the championship, what's next? Rivalry against Damian Priest. By the way, if Damian Priest is going to interfere, cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase in any match, I'm gonna be pissed. Don't want to see that, honestly. But, what's next for Cody? And to be fair, you gotta trust WWE at this point. Roman Reigns is now chasing the championship. The Rock is chasing the championship. SummerSlam is just around the corner. We could still get some really good shit. Maybe Cody loses the championship, chases it again. I feel like whatever the result is, WWE will continue on absolutely killing it, but I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes in this one. I think he's winning the championship. Because if not now, when? Right? When? I feel like The Rock versus Roman Reigns doesn't necessarily need the championship, and if it does, well, they can win the title before next year's WrestleMania. All we need right now is just see Cody holding that championship and finishing that story. So these are my thoughts on WrestleMania 40. Let me know yours in the comments below. The biggest question is Drew McIntyre winning the championship, and is Cody winning the championship? Let me know in the comments below. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.